Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Xbox because things are absolutely hitting the fan. Now, as you guys probably know, I made a video on this yesterday. There was a really big additional layoff over at Xbox. Xbox right now has been in a very weird spot. They don't know what they're doing, and it kind of seems like they're kind of stuck between three different directions. Do they want to focus on Game Pass? Do they want to go focus on future consoles? Are they giving up on consoles? Do they just kind of give up on the entire console war between PlayStation and the Switch as of now? And it kind of seems like they are slowly folding underneath the pressure. And I talked about this on yesterday's video. It seems like just the vibe from the Xbox community and people in it and just everything is kind of hitting an all-time low. But right now, we're now seeing even more brand new statements coming out from reports and interviews from people over at Xbox stating that basically people are just afraid of their jobs, of the future of the company, future of Xbox, and that the morale has never been lower at Xbox itself. Now, this is not like an Xbox hate video. I'm one of those people. I have Xbox Game Pass right now. I like the Xbox console, but I have to go and always say my honest thoughts. And right now, my honest thoughts is Game Pass is cool, but it's kind of just, I don't want to say it's not working, it's there. It's not being as good as it could be. Xbox consoles are kind of slacking. They don't have that charm. The community is dying with Xbox. And that's, I think, the biggest thing. You don't have to have the craziest best games or the best graphics or the best specs in your hardware, but if you kind of lose that soul and passion, people feel that same way. So I do think as of right now, even the employees are feeling the heat at Xbox. And what else would you feel after having a 650-person layoff, which is now the third layoff this year? So let's go talk about this in the future, what they're banking on, and some crazy drama where an entire gaming industry completely quit when it came to publishers as a whole. So subscribe if you guys are new, upon the notifications. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below, and let's go dive on into it. So first and foremost, people are saying right now, reports say morale at Xbox is extremely low, very low. So I don't inflame people. There's high extremely, it's very low. They have confusion, they're uncertain, and no one knows what's going on. So kind of high level really quick. Game Pass has been stagnant. It still has quite a few millions of subscribers. Microsoft, the head honcho company, is extremely rich. It's the biggest company in the entire planet. So at the end of the day, like, Xbox is quote unquote fine, but there's a difference between like your buddy working like, he's a lawyer making $400K living in a penthouse, but his wife just left him and took the dog. Yeah, he might be doing okay. He might have $3 million in the bank for all we know. But is he really doing okay when he's waking up crying on the sofa because he misses his like lovely bae and his lovely doggo? I've not said bae in like 5 years, but you know what I mean? Like, there's like a difference between doing well and being like respected in the community getting behind you. Because I've sometimes seen indie games, fantastic graphics, spend years of their lives, but that game sucks. No marketing, no soul. Get outsold by indie games that look like they're 8-bit and was made by an 8-year-old, but the game is fun or the community has passion, and sometimes passion is what people need. And it seems like Xbox is trying to go and fine-tune and optimize their company just a little bit too much. So regardless of the field you work in, there's gonna be times where you're riding high. That was probably around 3 years ago or so, where gaming was booming, consoles were booming, everyone was at home, Game Pass was doing great, and we were waiting for things like Starfield, waiting for things like even Halo back in the day to come out, and everything has flopped since then, figuratively speaking. So I feel like nothing can bring you down, and there's times where you're laid low so badly, you wonder if you'll ever feel good again. We've all had those kinds of days. When you think about the gaming industry, you tend to picture as a place where everyone is having fun, as they make incredible titles. When it's firing on all cylinders, it can give off that impression. However, Xbox showed both yesterday and earlier on this year, you could also cut its legs out from under you without much warning. So Microsoft laid off 650 people. Phil Spencer said it's not going to affect the game developer projects, which is, I would probably disagree on, because once again, the morale is bad. Look at Bungie. Bungie laid off a bunch of people maybe 4 or 5 months ago. So this is not just a pure Xbox hate video. And guess what? The morale of the team was horrible. And then the second they had to go and work, and they did, they had a great expansion, they still had more layoffs right afterwards. So imagine going into work knowing that you lost your best work friend, and you might be next. That is Xbox right now. So they're saying that there's big redundancies from the Activision Blizzard merger, which they're going all in on too. So imagine you have a company that's the biggest company in the entire planet, dropping $70 billion, one of the biggest acquisitions you've ever seen, especially in gaming, and then you lose your job due to a redundancy, even though they told the government, which is currently suing and engaging with Xbox over it from antitrust and monopoly law issues. So even the government is like, hey, bro, you guys messed up bad, and you still lose your job after you have these 2-year court cases of Xbox, and like everything's gonna be fine. Now, I like Xbox because they're giving their games to PlayStation right now, but it really feels like the morale on Xbox is so low. And I want to talk about this again in a separate video and maybe present it better. Game Pass is going up in price for Xbox users pretty much only. They don't even get day one games anymore. What is the point of Xbox? Like, I'm actually offended for the people who have an Xbox. Like, this is horrible. You guys are being very, like, in my honest opinion, very poorly mistreated. Because once again, and I said that in my prior video, you have PC Game Pass, day one games cheaper. Xbox Game Pass, the console, where you spent $500 in their ecosystem and maybe even been a member for 15 years from like the 360 days or even the OG Xbox days. And at that point, you're paying more money for a lesser product, which is why the government's suing them, because they laid off a bunch of people at Xbox. So the employees are sad and the actual consumers are sad. And there was also no Xbox mid-generation refresher. Now, there might be a good win, and maybe I'll talk about this in a separate video, that maybe the next Xbox will come quicker then. Who knows? But like, the morale sucks. Saying the company's morale is very low. That apparently comes from Tom Warren, who wrote about the layoffs yesterday, and there is a confusion about the company's future. While that might sound odd, what do you think has even been happening with them in the first place? So they're saying like the company's console sales are slacking, the console itself is not doing good, and especially with a lot of hype, although people are still critiquing the PS5 Pro, but people are concerned. They haven't even made a number for their last consoles, and they're getting crushed by a PS5 and the Switch, especially with the Switch 2 coming out as well. And then Microsoft had all these exclusives, and now they're giving them away, so people, once again, why am I even buying an Xbox? And they're kind of like going crazy. And employees are just sad. Like, look, Xbox Game Pass numbers are stagnant. I like the service. I'll probably use it for Call of Duty, which is what they're trying to use it for. Like, they're trying to use Black Ops 3 to save Game Pass because the numbers have been stagnant. And it makes sense. Like, Call of Duty is like the biggest game on the platform, like, ever. Like, it really is huge. But is it going to be enough to save it and also get the community behind it? Because right now, I don't mind like Call of Duty. Like, if I have Game Pass, sure, I'll check it out. It's like $15, whatever, fine. But like, is it gonna save them forever? I'll do it for 1 month, maybe 2, and then dip out. I'll be honest, and then I'm good. And they're still going to make money from PlayStation sales and everything else, but Xbox as a core brand seems like it's dying. Seems like it's almost on the verge of death, where they don't really know what they want to do with the company long term, because it might be even like this, might be just wishful thinking. Although they'll have new games every year, which will probably have a big up and down, like a roller coaster, because I'm sure people will do a day one and first 2 months of and I'm sure some people might forget to cancel as well. But if you go and you kind of get bored of Xbox, playing the Xbox Game Pass, and you go play Call of Duty, and then you're like, okay, I'm good. Like, maybe new map packs, sure, maybe. But at the end of the day, like, it's not enough. And that's rough. Because also in the whole general idea of the video gaming scene, along with Xbox having horrible morale, we're now even seeing other companies like leaving coops, dude. And this was the craziest part of the story. And I wish people, like, I wish I could have talked about this at the start from clickbait or whatever, but people care probably more about Xbox than this. But Perna, which has been a pretty well-known game developer, they completely quit. Bro, they had 25 members of the Perna team collectively just quit. All at the same time. The president left, all the employees left, so an entire company just quit entirely because they just weren't feeling that they were being like treated well, and they couldn't reach an agreement, and they were trying to get spin-offs, and they've had and made like awesome games. Now, Annapurna is also doing like the I forgot the name of the game, Alan Wake 2, and a few other like Control. Like, they're doing like those cool movie/TV show deals, which I think is great and really cool to see. But at the end of the day, like, it sucks. Like, they're not, like, they need to fund the games. They need to do the services for the quality assurance and adapting the products and everything else. But at the same time, they're like, we're gone. Like, we're not treating us well. They're going to honor the existing contracts. We're going to replace staff who left, but they're going to have to completely remake the entire team. And that's where I feel like Xbox is in that same boat. Like, we literally have companies that are like very, very good, companies. Like, they've done Outer Wilds, Stray and Cocoon, and other various games too as well. They're doing the Control and Alan Wake franchises for film and TV. And like, bro, like, this entire company is gone. So right now, gaming's in a weird spot. Morale at Xbox, their employees are not feeling good. The community is not feeling good. People are thinking there's not going to be that many more Xboxes. I think there's going to be at least one more, without a doubt. like for sure, without a doubt. But who knows about 5 or 10 years from now, 15 years from now, it might be completely gone. And I think employees are feeling the same exact way. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments because I feel like this is slowly becoming a bigger deal. And that's why I'm reporting on it now. So give me your thoughts. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I appreciate you guys all very, very much for watching here in the first place.